What's up, YouTube? This is gonna be my first video in such a long time. Honestly, I post these videos for milestones and shit like that. But I'm gonna actually do a real military video today. So I'm actually leaving for the Army in about 2 days now. I'll leave on the 11th. It's the 9th. And then I actually get to basic on the 13th. So I got a couple days left to prepare for the physical fitness test. I'm trying to get the best score I can possibly get so I can rank up quicker, because I ain't go to any ROTC stuff or nothing. So I'm going in as an E1. For those that are wondering, I'm going in to be a Army Airborne Infantry. So to score the best on the PT test, you got to practice a lot, because it's not just something that you can just easily do good at. So I'm going to go through the whole process of the new 2026 fitness test for the Army. I am going to put a picture eventually within the video of what the scoring and the ranks are for everything. So basically, I'm trying to get 100% on everything. To do that, you actually got to be good at everything. So you got to be good at running, you got to be able to squat a lot of weight. So we're just going to go through it and just see what score I would get. I do got a couple days to prepare. So one of the things I'm very bad at, not very bad at, but things I need to get better at, is my 2-mile run. I got everything else on lockdown. My 2-mile run needs help for me to be able to score 100%. Today is going to be my test for myself. And then, just so you guys can see exactly, what it's like. Use me as an example, really, of what it's going to be like, what standards you got to meet if you want to get 100%. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, because I've been training for a long time now, and I still am not able to complete everything on the test flawlessly. So we're about to get to the gym. We're going to start with squat, and then we'll move forward with that. So this is going to be the new AFT fitness test. So we're going to this entire thing. We're going to start with the squats. So here is actually the squats, the picture for the squats. Just, feel free to pause it and look at it for a minute. I'm going to try to get 100%, so let's get it. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a voiceover from this because the audio is copyrighted. But we are actually supposed to be doing deadlifts, but a deadlift is pretty much a squat. So for 100% score, or 100 points on the scoreboard, you've got to do 315 for 3 reps. Here I'm doing 315 for 6 reps. The main reason is you don't want to just, be bare minimum. And then also, a lot of people complain about the Smith machine, saying that it's not, it's not a true way to show your strength when it comes to whatever discipline. So that's why I basically just made sure that I can shoot past it a little bit and make sure I can really pass the score if I needed to. So I'm gonna let this play out and then we'll get to the next one. So my score is gonna be 100 for this one. Next one is going to be the hand release push-up. This one I actually struggled on a little bit more than I thought I would. So I'm going to put the scores right here. And then, like I said, feel free to pause it if you need to. I got to do another voiceover. Katy Perry and Taylor Swift were going at it in the background again. So this is the hand release push-ups. Like I said, this one I struggled on a little bit more than I thought I would. I definitely need to practice this while I can. And then so I'm going to see how much I got at the end, and then we're going to compare it to the scoreboard. So for this one, I only ended up getting 50, which is 92 points on the board. So right now we're at 192 out of a possible 200 points. So next we're going to be doing the plank. Here's the scores for this one. Trying to get 100%. So let's get after it. So I actually ended up speeding this one up a lot. So for max, it should have been 3 minutes 45 seconds. So that's what I ended up getting. I did have my button there a little bit too much a couple times, so you know, looking forward, just need to remain consistent with this. We're gonna have 292 points out of a possible 300 so far. So I'm just gonna let this play out and then we'll get to the next discipline. So next is actually supposed to be the sprint drag and carry. I actually didn't do this today. It honestly looks super easy. I think it's just something that's going to tire you out just a little bit before, you know, your 2 mile run. But honestly, I think, in my opinion, it's just something to warm you up for the 2 mile run. So I'm going to post the scores right here just in case you guys wanted to know. But other than that, we're just going to get in the 2 mile run. All right, let's get it. So this is the time my phone died. I'm just gonna post a picture of the time that it took me to run the 2 miles and then what the time standards are and how much points I got. So here's a picture of that. So you can see on the picture, I actually got 21 minutes and that's not even on the scoreboard. So it's gonna be a lower than 60 point. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get 58 points for this one. So, and I believe I would get 100 points on the sprint drag carry. So overall, so our combined score comes out to being 450. So for those who are wondering, so you have to get a minimum of 350 to pass, but you have to have a minimum of 60 points on each discipline for combat MOSs. I would have to get my miles down, basically. So that's what I'm going to be working on. It's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped a lot of people, and I hope it helps you gauge what you need to be working on. I know what I got to work on, my push-ups and my miles. Wish me luck on that. And anybody that has any more information or anybody in the military that's been through this, let me know down in the comments and let's talk about it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and that'll be the end of the YouTube video. So I hope you guys enjoyed.